Hello, everybody. So this is for the second assignment of January 21st, and it's on dividing complex numbers. So when we first started this new calendar year, so early January, I had you guys look at the difference of square pattern, and that would factor into the square root of the front, the square root of the back, and one was positive and one was negative, and it wouldn't matter which way you wrote it. This is the same thing, okay? This one would be 11x, we'll go negative or minus first, minus 8, and 11x plus 8. Okay? Because when you FOIL it out, there's the 121x squared. That gives you plus 88x minus 88x minus 64. The middle is always going to cancel out when you have this pattern. So you're left with something that's squared minus something that's been squared. So it's really 11x squared minus 8 squared. It's really what it is. Something squared minus something squared, a difference of something squared. Okay. We need to turn this into an A plus BI format. It looks kind of gross. How in the world do you do that? Well, you use this difference of square pattern. Okay. You would multiply the top and bottom by it's called the conjugate. Conjugate of the bottom, which is what is the piece that's needed to make this difference a square pattern. If that's a minus, you make a plus. The bottom, I want you to notice, you don't have to go through the whole FOIL. When you see this pattern, just square the first thing, minus square the second thing. Why? Because the middle is always going to cancel. It would be a waste of your time to FOIL because these are always going to cancel out. So the bottom is 81 minus I squared. And so that's 81 minus, and what was I squared? Negative 1. So the bottom is 82. So we got I out of the bottom. Now let's look at the top. The top is going to require a FOIL. There really isn't any pretty way to work around that one. Okay? So 27 plus 3i plus 90i. Sorry, didn't give myself much room. Plus 10i squared. So I'll just write it here. Plus 10i squared. So 27 plus 93i plus 10i squared. Remember, that's negative 1, so it's plus a negative 10. So it becomes 17 plus 93i. And you're almost done getting it in the A plus BI format. Almost. You just have to split it. 17 over 82 plus 93i over 82. And you're done. Okay? So let's go through another one and show you. Multiply by the conjugate. The conjugate is determined by the bottom. This is a minus, so I make it a plus. So it's 4 plus I. FOIL the top. Minus 44 minus 11i. 27 times 4, 108. 27 times 4. Whew, I can't believe I was able to do that one. Minus 108i. So, yep, that was this. And now minus 27i squared. Now that's the top. The bottom, square the first thing, minus square the second thing. So the top is minus 44 minus 119i minus a negative 27, because that's times I squared, which is -1, so it's minus negative, so that goes plus. The bottom, that's I squared, so it's 16 minus a -1. So the top becomes negative, whoop. Yeah, it's still negative. All right. I thought I was making an arithmetic error. -44 plus 27. So -44 plus 27 is -17 minus 119i over 17. And the only thing you have to do now is split it. So we have -17 over 17 minus 119i over 17. I don't think 119 is going to divide by 17. Oh, it does. 7. Crazy that. So this turns into -1 minus 7i. Here we go. That's it. In case you need to see another one. So you multiply by the conjugate, which is just change this symbol. -4 minus 10i minus 4 minus 10i. FOIL the top. 18 times 4 is 72. So we have 72 up front. That's the first. -18 times, I don't know why they're giving you ones with such big numbers. So that would be plus 180i. Then I have 16 times 4. So is that 64? So that would be minus 64i. And then 16i times -10i is -160i squared over square the first thing minus square the second thing. Okay. The top is 72. So 180 minus 64i gives you positive 116i. Then it's minus a -160 because that I squared is -1, so that turns that into -160. So that goes plus. The bottom is 16 minus a -100, so that goes plus. So 72 plus 160 is 232 plus 116i over 116. Split this into 232 over 116 plus 116i over 116 gives you 2 plus I. And that's your final answer. Okay. I'm really not sure if you guys need to see another one. I'll do it. 4 minus 3i, 4 minus 3i, FOIL the top, 28 minus 21i, inside minus 4i, outside plus 3i squared, over, it's a difference of square pattern, square the first thing, minus square the second thing. The top becomes 28 minus 25i minus 3, or plus a -3, because that's a +3 times a -1, so -3, over 16 minus a -9. So the top becomes 25 minus 25i over 25. Split it. 25 over 25 minus 25i over 25. And you get 1 minus I. And that's your answer. These are the problems. Thank you for your time. Have yourself a great one.